So I'm out on my porch, sweat dripping down my neck under the Texas sun, gripping my old rifle in one hand, phone recording in the other, watching 3 HOA suits march across my ranch like they're about to plant their flag on my damn dirt. These Willow Creek folks with their shiny badges and a pickup hauling boxes labeled violations think they can just waltz in and claim my land because my barn's not up to code. I'm Tom Harlan, 46, Navy vet, and this place in Redstone, Texas is my hard-earned freedom. Ain't no way I'm letting some clipboard warriors steal it. Let me back up a sec. 4 months ago, I bought this 40-acre spread rolling hills, a trickling creek, a rickety barn. I figured I'd fix up someday. After years of orders and deployments, I wanted quiet, a place to raise goats, maybe grow some peppers, without anybody barking about community standards. I made damn sure this land was outside any HOA's reach, got the county deeds notarized, hung them on my wall like a trophy. First few weeks were perfect. My neighbor Gus, this old cowboy with a limp and a twinkle in his eye, swung by with moonshine and tales of wild horses that used to roam here. Then Willow Creek HOA from the gated mansions down the road decided I was their next project. It started with a knock. Diane Palmer, their president, all fake smiles and a blazer starched, stiff as her attitude. "Tom, we've noticed some unapproved structures," she says, glaring at my barn like it's a personal insult. "I ain't in your HOA." "Diane," I shot back, leaning on the doorframe. Her eyes narrowed. "Our oversight's bigger than you think." I shut the door, thought that was that. Next morning, a green notice was spiked to my gate, violation, agricultural misuse. I burned it, figured they'd get bored. Nope. Fines started piling up. My fence was too tall, my driveway too dusty, my grass too wild. Then I caught 2 of their goons snapping photos of my goat pen. "Get off my land," I yelled. One smirked. "You'll regret this, Harlan." That's when I knew this wasn't a mistake. They wanted my ranch. I called the sheriff, but he just sighed. "HOAs are vultures, Tom, but it's all paperwork. Get a lawyer." So I hired Ray Whitaker, a wiry guy who'd outfoxed zoning boards before. Ray dug deep and hit gold. My land sits on an aquifer, the key to a multi-million-dollar condo deal. Willow Creek's pushing with some slick developer. My ranch was the last piece they needed to control the water and cash in. Diane wasn't just a control freak, she was a pawn in a land grab. I wasn't about to fold. I got to work, hired a surveyor to mark every inch of my property-rigged trail cams in the trees, had Ray slap a cease and desist on Diane's desk. But she kept coming. One night, she showed up with a thug in a polyester suit demanding to inspect my shed. "You're trespassing," I growled, blocking her path. She sneered. "You're picking a fight you'll lose." Later, I found an envelope slid under my door, $500 and a note. "Join us, save the trouble." I tossed it in the fire pit, watched it curl to ash. Then, things got dark. My dog Buck woke me at 2 a.m., barking like hell. I grabbed my flashlight, caught 3 shadows slicing my fence. My cams got their plates, and Ray sent it to the DA, but they needed more. Here's where it twists. Gus, my neighbor, came by one morning, hat in hand, looking spooked. "Tom, they offered me $2,000 to say your land's been abandoned," he whispered. Told him to shove it, but others might not. I clenched my jaw. They were bribing my neighbors now. Ray found a leaked memo tying Willow Creek to Blue Horizon, the condo project. My name was on a hit list with 2 other ranchers, their lands already snatched. I was the last holdout, and they were desperate. The day they came for my ranch, I was ready. Diane stormed in with 3 lackeys, waving fake seizure papers, nailing condemned signs to my barn. I stepped off the porch phone, rolling. "One more move, Diane, and your front page news." She laughed all venom. "You're done, Tom." That's when Buck tripped my trap. A siren wailed. Strobes flashed, smoke bombs popped behind the hay bales. They screamed, stumbled over my goat trough, and ran, dropping a folder labeled Blue Horizon. Inside blueprints, contracts, and my name in red, "remove at all costs." My heart pounded. This was bigger than I thought. I called Ray, who nearly spit his coffee. "Tom, this is fraud. Maybe organized crime. We're calling the feds. We sent everything to the FBI footage folder, all of it. But Diane doubled down. One night, my power cut out, and I heard a snap at the fence. Buck growled. I grabbed my rifle, spotted 3 figures with bolt cutters and a gas can. Next shots, not a warning, I yelled, firing into the sky. They bolted, but my cams caught them again. Ray had an idea, bait them. I stuck a fake for sale sign out front, made it look like I was caving. Diane showed up smug, handing me a forged court order. Sign it, Tom, or we'll ruin you. I grinned. You're in over your head, lady. She didn't know I was wired, and FBI agent Torres was watching from the bushes. I set up a sale meeting with Diane and her goons. They rolled in cocky, pulling out pre-signed transfer papers with my name forged. I stepped forward. Smiled, Diane, you're on camera. Torres burst from the barn. FBI freeze, Diane's face went chalk white. One goon swung a wrench, but I sidestepped, slammed him into the dirt. Stay down, genius. The news crew, hiding with Torres, got every second. Diane stammered, it's a mix-up. Torres wasn't having it. Forged deeds ain't a mix-up. The fallout was wild. My YouTube videos blew up millions of views. Folks from California to Maine sharing HOA horror stories like a guy who lost his home over a fence stain. The FBI raided Willow Creek's office, found emails linking Diane to the developers. In court, Ray laid it out, the fakes, the vandalism, Gus's bribe story. A farmer named Ellen sobbed, telling how they'd bullied her off her land. I took the stand, looked at the jury. I fought for this country, not to let suits steal my home. 2 hours later, the verdict, $5 million. Willow Creek shut down Diane and 2 execs facing charges. But they weren't done. The night before the verdict, my barn went up in flames. I stood in the ashes, Buck whining my dad's old axe charred to nothing. My cams caught the arsonist, a developer's thug, his fancy watch glinting. Ray got it to the judge, sealed their doom. A week later, a letter came, no address. This ain't over, Harlan. I folded it, looked out at my ranch, new fences, new barn. Neighbors hammering nails like they were building a dream. This fight's bigger than me. It's for every rancher, every homeowner who's had their piece snatched by greed in a blazer. I'm still here in Redstone, still standing. Where are you watching from? Got an HOA story or a bully who tried to break you? Drop it below. Let's hear it. Is this justice, or are they just waiting to strike again? You tell me.